Okay, so this film needs no introduction, right? K-pop Demon Hunters is Netflix's most recent smashing success, and it doesn't look like it's going anywhere anytime soon. Well, I mean, I'm not complaining. I mean, it has become Netflix's most watched film of all time, clocking in at 236 million views at the time of this recording. And the majority of the songs from the movie have already been sitting in the Billboard's top 100 for a hot minute. Most notably, Golden has been sitting on the top number one spot for a hot minute. But the big question is, why? I mean, it's a kids movie, right? What about this movie made it as popular as it is? Today we're gonna answer that question. Why is K-pop Demon Hunters so good? So go ahead and grab your snacks and your drinks and let's get started. I'm pretty sure no one needs me to do this, but just in case, I'm gonna do a little recap of the whole movie. So spoilers if you haven't watched it, which I doubt it. But yeah. So in this universe, long ago, demons plagued the earth. Their main mission? Take the souls of human beings. All these demons were under the ruling of one big demon named Guima. I'm sorry for pronunciation. They were taking souls relentlessly up until this group of women called the Hunters came and stopped them. With the power of their song and the support of their fans, they were able to create a barrier called the Hunmoon that separated demons from the real world. But you see, the Hunmoon is not permanent. Every couple of years, a new generation of hunters must emerge, take the mantle of hunters, and strengthen the Hunmoon, therefore protecting humanity. The current generation of hunters is our main cast of girlies called Huntrix. The group consists of 3 people. Mira, the badass black sheep of her family. She is seen as someone who has sharp edges when it comes to her personality. But she is that bitch. Don't mess with Mira. Next we have Zoe. She has a very bubbly and kind personality. Born and raised in the US, and she tries her best to balance both sides. And in doing so, tries her best to make sure she's liked by everyone. And she could also rap, so. And lastly we have Rumi. She's kind of seen as the leader of the group. She is the daughter of one of the previous hunters who unfortunately passed away. However, Rumi's hiding a big secret. Spoiler alert, Rumi is part demon. Proved by the fact that she has patterns on her skin which match the same patterns that the demons have. She was taught by Celine, one of the previous hunters and the group's mentor, to hide her patterns and never show anyone. And never tell anyone, not even her closest friends. Not even Zoe or Mira. She was told that once the Hunmoon is sealed or achieves golden status, like the song, her patterns will finally be removed. So sealing the Hunmoon and making it golden is doubly important for Rumi. Since she was a kid, she was taught that her patterns were bad, so she would do anything to get rid of them. As they get closer to sealing the Hunmoon, Guima sends this last ditch effort to stop the girlies. So what he does is send a boy band led by Jinu, the movie's heartthrob. I mean, like, look at him. I'm convinced. And his group is called the Saja Boys. Their main goal is to take Huntrix's fans, so therefore they can no longer power the Hunmoon. Long story short, after some hijinks ensue, a love story between Jinu and Rumi, some awesome songs, the girlies end up sealing the Hunmoon in their own way, therefore being victorious at the end of the day. So everyone say yay! Obviously this is a very quick summary. I did not go in depth at all into what actually happened in the middle of the movie, particularly because we're going to talk about that in the next section, but also I want you guys to watch it for yourself if you haven't. Again, I truly recommend that you do watch it. It's a really good movie, and the songs are really catchy. They're going to be stuck in your head, I swear to you. But remember, I'm not here to tell you to watch it. I'm here to tell you why it popped off. I mean, there are many reasons as to why this movie is as popular as it is. Of course, the songs have a very big part to play in its popularity. Like, I swear to God, if I had $1 for every time Soda Pop played in my head, I'd be a fucking millionaire. The movie's popularity could also be attributed to the amazing art style, and also the characters that are all very relatable and look very cool, and also the fact that most people have a Netflix subscription, so like it's pretty easy just to turn on your TV and start watching, as opposed to going to the movie theater and paying 30-40 bucks per person. God, it's expensive. For sure, all those factors play into why the movie became so popular, but I want to focus on something else. I want to focus on the movie's theming. Just in case it's been a minute since you've been in English class, let me remind you what theming is. Keep in mind I am dyslexic, so I'm sorry. Theme, the subject of talk, a piece of writing, a person's thoughts, or an exhibition. Essentially, the main message a piece of media is trying to portray. You may be asking, why is the theme of this movie so important? And that's because, drumroll please. That's because it's gay! Yay everyone! We love it when the movie's gay! Well, kind of. Let me explain it before people get mad at me. As mentioned before, Rumi is half demon. Her mother was human, but her father was a demon. Like I mentioned before as well, Celine tells Rumi to hide her patterns or her true self, not even being able to tell Zoe or Mira, even if she wants to, because Celine says that they'll never understand. Does that sound familiar to you? As the girls are performing Golden live, Gino cooks up a plan that exposes the fact that Rumi is a demon to everyone in the stadium, which of course includes Zoe and Mira. The girls are obviously hurt by this because this was a very big secret, a thing that could change everything. And the fact that Rumi kept it from them for such a long time really betrayed their trust, right? For a moment of weakness, the girls turn their backs on Rumi because they don't know whether to trust her or not, because like I said, this secret is something really big. And knowing that she kept this from them makes them question what is real and what isn't. Which, pretty valid. I mean, it's a very life-changing secret, so who knows what else she could be hiding. I'm just kidding. Having nowhere else to go, Rumi runs to Celine, asking her to end her life so her existence doesn't destroy the honeymoon. Remember, the one thing she was sworn to protect. We could clearly see that Rumi is in an immense pain here. Like, she was taught by Celine to basically hate herself for being different. Even telling her that she was taught to hate everything that Rumi stands for. But she has tried her best to accept her nonetheless. But Rumi, rightfully so, claps back at her, saying that telling her to conceal herself and to hide who she really is not acceptance. It's emotional damage. Among other things, but acceptance it is not. Rumi asked Celine why she couldn't love her. Every part of her. Which is something really painful to hear. I feel really bad for our girl. Taking a closer look at the scene as a whole, this allegory that they show here is very similar to the queer journey and coming out to your family and experiencing neglect and defiance. It's something I personally went through when I was younger. But of course, it's not just that. This story is about acceptance. So no, it doesn't have to be gay or queer coded, but it could be. It's up to you to decide. This story is about loving yourself for who you are, no matter what society says, no matter what your family says. You can't let the world stop yourself from shining through. Rumi comes to this realization as well and concludes that it doesn't matter that she's part demon. What matters is that she stands up for what's right. This is why she runs back to Zoe and Mira, ready to tell them the truth and trust them with her entire being. This is when they take down Guima and sing the finale song, This Is What It Sounds Like. Personally, this is my favorite song. I know most people won't share my feelings with that, but it's okay. You're all allowed to have an opinion. This is my favorite song because not only is it about acceptance and empowering an individual for being who you are, it's also just a great tie to end the movie because it shows how much our girls have grown and it shows that they're proud to be who they are. They sing, I broke into a million pieces and I can't go back, but now I'm seeing all the beauty in the broken glass. The scars are part of me, darkness and harmony. My voice without the lies, this is what it sounds like. Chills. They also sing, fearless and undefined, this is what it sounds like. Truth after all this time, our voices all combined, when darkness meets the light. Fuck, I'm dyslexic, I'm sorry. When darkness meets the light, this is what it sounds like. Again, if you haven't heard the song, I suggest you won't regret it. Like I said, this song is about our girlies finally breaking free, and not only accepting their flaws, but embracing them too. This is how they replace the honeymoon. If you see, it's no longer golden. It's kind of has a rainbow hue to it. So it is gay. Y'all could stay mad. I'm kidding. But I think the main purpose as to why it has like a rainbow hue to it, it's because all their colors are allowed to shine in this final moment, with no longer hiding back behind a wall, which I think is just something really beautiful and really empowering, especially nowadays in today's society. Now more than ever, whether it be queer people, people of color, the list goes on, so many of us are kind of like forced back into a closet, forced to repress our culture, our identity, just because a group of people don't like it or don't understand it. This obviously is not okay, and this is why the theme of this movie is so important, especially nowadays. Like I said, we have to learn to be proud of who we are. We have to learn to embrace our roots or our patterns, because we have them. And that's nothing to be ashamed of. It's something to be proud of. and to embrace. So never be ashamed of your culture. Never be ashamed of being who you are. It's like I always say, as long as you're not hurting anyone or anything, be who you are. And that's what matters. And that's why the theming of this movie is that important. And that's why I believe it's one of the reasons why this movie popped off the way that it did. It has some of that old Pixar magic, you know? Like, everyone could see it no matter how old you are, no matter where you come from, and you could relate to it. You could relate to these characters. You could relate to the songs. It's just something really beautiful. And I really think other film studios should take note of this, because this is what's working, right? People love to see empowering movies with catchy songs and with cool characters. So if you're gonna take something from this video, let it be this. I can sing. I just didn't want to be copyrighted. No, I'm just kidding. The most important thing is, live life as your most authentic self. Doesn't matter if society doesn't like you. Doesn't matter if your family doesn't like you. You're always gonna find your people who love you for who you are. And that's what matters. And with that, thank you so much for watching. That's it from me today. Hopefully I'll see you guys around in the next one. And yeah, stay safe out there, my little soda pops. Fuck, that was so cringe. I think I'm edited it out.